Hey guys, Sam here from Chalice and Chains. Today I wanted to talk a bit about a pet peeve that I have when it comes to tabletop role-playing games, or maybe to steal the term from John from Red Dice Diaries, a RPG bugbear. And it's the idea of people playing a build rather than a concept for their character. Now, I'll start off by saying that inherently this is not a bad way to play if that's what you enjoy, right? Because at the end of the day, role-playing games are about having fun and enjoying the hobby. So if you are someone who gets enjoyment out of, playing a combination of different character classes or whatever, depending on the system you're playing, optimizing, min-maxing, whatever you want to call it. If that's how you get enjoyment, fine. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that for me, it's not the kind of way that I want to play. And I tend to find frustration when I'm in games with players who play builds rather than concepts. So let me extrapolate on that a little bit more. It was one of the Facebook groups that I was a part of, the gaming groups. Somebody had posted up something about whether they should dip into, it was D&D 5th edition, and whether they should dip into the rogue class to be able to, I think, basically get the sneak attack. And they were playing some other character. And to me, what this is doing, and this might be a fault of the system itself, I don't know, because it certainly emphasizes combat and damage output and all that, more so than anything else. But to me, it seemed as though this person was looking at this to do this purely from a mechanical or game benefit perspective, right? Am I going to be more lethal in combat? Or am I going to have some sort of advantage in the game if I do this? Is it worth the cost to me? And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But to me, that's very difficult to wrap my head around, because I get it from the mechanical perspective, but I always think about character concept and what my character would do or would be, versus maybe what is the most mechanically beneficial for them. And I was thinking that in 5th edition D&D in particular, I was part of a short-lived campaign that I hope maybe we'll pick up again someday, but it was called The Darkness, and it was a really phenomenal campaign where we were sort of playing the bad guys or the anti-heroes in a way. The human civilization had won this great war, and we were sort of rebels or whatever, in a world in which magic was highly regulated and very dark, and we were playing characters that were not really good guys. And Andrew Knapp, SR2 Joker on Facebook, was playing a wizard that was discovering these dark rituals and very dark, very twisted magic. And Dennis Kellogg, Wicked Zen on YouTube, was playing a rogue that basically was a killer, was an assassin. And I was playing an elven fighter. And Dennis and my character had some history in backstory in the war. We worked together, but he also had a magical mask that he could use. And essentially we were getting up to no good, but my original build for the character was a battle master. I was going to be someone who dominated the field of combat, and all that. But as the game progressed and I became more and more entrenched and entwined with the characters and the story and what the actions of, especially Richter the wizard, played by Andrew, was doing, my concept of my character changed. When I got to 3rd level, where I was able to take my archetype, if I was going by the build, I was going Battle Master. I wanted the, the maneuvers and stuff like that. I wanted the, all the benefits that come with that. But my character through the story was becoming intrigued by magic and by what could be done with magic. And he was fueled by revenge and this desire for power. And what he saw through Richter and these rituals that he was performing was a chance to gain power, even though it was dangerous, even though it was extremely dangerous, because magic was regulated and was outlawed and was very, very dangerous to have if you weren't part of the ruling elite, which he wasn't. So I ended up going, Eldritch Knight for the archetype, for the fighter. And we know, that's about as far as we made it, unfortunately, before, life kind of got in the way of the campaign, but, and Wi-Fi issues, which was horrible. But, yeah, and so to me, I thought that was such a better choice, and it made the character so much richer and more fun to play. And I think that the other players involved would have found that choice to be the right one as well, because it made a whole lot more sense. But that was a concept. My character's concept was that he wanted to gain power, ultimately in a desire to help people and protect people. But he felt that magic, more than combat mastery, was going to help accomplish that goal. But the build, if I was going straight build, I wouldn't have made that character because it didn't make sense from a power perspective within the story of the game because of magic and its detrimental effects. So anyway, I would love to get your thoughts on this, hear what you guys think. Do you think that playing a character build is inherently a bad thing, a good thing? You don't care? And which way do you lean and why? So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Happy gaming.